On April 1st, I uploaded what may seem like a normal April Fool's video, but hidden behind it lies a puzzle that I had prepared to see if anyone would solve it and if anyone would even notice. So let me break down that puzzle and explain every single step. Now, I had already thought about doing this like a month prior, but I only started working on it 5 days before April 1st. So here's what I did. I used my immense intelligence skill to come up with different ciphers starting with precise letters to spell out secret puzzle code. That would be the username you'd have to find to get access to the game. If anyone got on that account's profile, they would get confirmation from the Secret Universe badge in their inventory and in their favorites. Next, I thought about different words that would all be in link with Secret Universe, like poofing, Theodoric, or vocational. Then I linked all those words to different phrases that I would encipher with corresponding ciphers in order to spell out my alt username like I said before. I would use decode to create those sentences and note them down along with the secret word. That secret word would be the ones to say in chat whenever encountering the big giant gray boxes you saw in my video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Seems easy enough, right? Well, it took me 4 days. And while I was doing this, I also created all the badges, because Roblox only allows you 5 free badges a day, and there's no way I was spending 1200 Robux on this. So yeah, not much to talk about for the creation of it, but I'll get in more detail for the explanation. Okay, so now I'll be going over each sentence, and I'm gonna be translating them, deciphering them, to show what someone would need to done to solve my puzzle. So let's start with the first one. So just a reminder that each cipher starts with the letter corresponding to secret puzzle code. So for example, the first one is a shift cipher because it has to start with the letter S for secret puzzle code. Then the next one is extended visioneer cipher, and etc. So I start with the shift cipher. Now this is the sentence that was given in the video. Right here, this is the sentence. Now, obviously to the naked eye, it doesn't mean anything. But if you put in a shift cipher is basically the same as a scissor cipher. So if you put it in, you can brute force it, it doesn't matter. And if you decrypt, you can see that it says follow me and say poofing in chat. So if you assume that this says follow me and say poofing in chat, then that means you'd have to go over to that gray box. So now I've hidden what I've said, but here I've said poofing and it opens the door, and when I step on this I get a badge which is also hidden. Then I have to say poofing again to get out of the box. So now I've hid the chat and obviously the chat bubble so that people actually had to translate the ciphers, and I also hid the badge so that people couldn't see the creator. So they had to solve the first part of the puzzle to access the game. Now next one, this, and it says key. And if you know anything about ciphers, you know that the most popular cipher with a key is the visioneer cipher. Now why is the visioneer cipher corresponding to the letter E? Why is it called extended? Like if I type extended visioneer cipher, it's not there. There's only visioneer cipher. So why is mine E? All because of stupid ChatGPT who told me that E could correspond to extended visioneer cipher. So like, even without it, I mean, you could have still like found the username, and you could have also found the translation. So for example, the code here is code here is key because it says key in parentheses. So if you decrypt, next go here and say Fyodoric. So the next one is Fyodoric. Now I could go over all of them, but if you want you can just see for yourself. Here is every single one. You just have to copy this, then paste it in Caesar cipher decoder, and you should get a sentence that basically says, say secret for example, and you can correspond it to the corresponding giant gray boxes. Now it does actually award you a badge, but it's pretty useless. Don't bother doing it. And for example, for some of them like this one, I'll be putting it in the description. And for some of them like these symbol ones, all you have to do is go in Zodiac Killer ciphers and you can just insert those symbols directly in it. Like the plus in the circle, the triangle, the reverse Q. Same with the Ogam alphabet cipher. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So, did anyone actually solve any of this? Did I waste my time making this? Or was it all worth it in the end? Well, let's see through the game's visits. No way, some people actually found it? I didn't think anyone actually would. This is a... I'm lying. These 3 visits were already there, and they're all from me testing the game. So no one found the game. So was it a waste of time? Well, I would say nothing is a waste of time. Even something useless could be useful someday. And I mean, I guess I learned some ciphers on the way, which is pretty cool. But now for the last part. So, what can we conclude with this video? I think the moral of the story is, work shouldn't be done in a rush. For example, if you have a month to do homework, then take the time to complete it. Don't start 5 days before the deadline, or else you might make mistakes that you could have avoided otherwise. But now, I've got 2 things to say. First of all, this isn't even the first time I did this. Last year, I uploaded another April Fool's video on In 1 Minute You Will Explode, and hid something in it. That wasn't really hidden, it was literally just me saying place ID followed by the place ID of a game. Even then, no one checked out the game, probably because my audience was way smaller. I only had around 180 subscribers, compared to 3,000 now. By the way, thank you so much for that. Honestly, I didn't think it would be possible for me to achieve that amount of subscribers, so thank you very much. But anyways, that puzzle I hid was pretty bad to say the least. It leads to this alphabetical badger, where each badge is hidden behind a puzzle, but most of them suck. I won't go into too much detail, but trust me, there's no point in trying to solve them. Some of them are literally impossible to find if you don't already have the badge. But again, that is due to the fact I literally started 3 days before April 1st. Okay, and now, the second thing. I want you to listen very carefully. The most important info I've got to tell you. So, the main reason that no one noticed the puzzle was probably because they didn't even know there was one. And I don't blame them. If I see a YouTuber upload a joke video on April 1st, I wouldn't mind it a bit. Which is why I'm gonna be hiding a puzzle in this video. Yes, you heard me right. There is a puzzle hidden in this exact video that you're watching right now. And the first person to solve the gauntlet wins 500 Robux. No splitting allowed. I know it's not the biggest of cash pulls, but I'm not rich, I'm sorry. So now that you've heard that, have a great hunting experience, and goodbye.